an update on the Shia LaBeouf. I always
no one knows.
I keep calling him LaBeouf. I don't know why. It's so
not
weird.
No one knows what it is, but it's definitely not LaBeouf. Although LaBeouf is awesome, and I wish it was LaBeouf. And he is a bit of a LaBeouf.
Okay. Shia LaBeouf has apologized for his behavior after he got arrested for public intoxication in Georgia. Now, this whole situation began when he approached police officers and asked them for a cigarette. That's when words were exchanged, and he became so belligerent that police decided to arrest him. And that resulted in a number of videos being released to the public, which showed just how badly he was intoxicated and how badly he was treating the cops. Now, he has released an apology for his behavior, but before I get to that apology, I do want to maybe refresh your memory or show you the video in case you missed the story. Take a look.
You're a fucking bitch to the end of your days, and you live that legacy. That's what you signed up for, bitch made whore. If I have my gun, I'll blow your shit up. You're a bitch though. So you got your shit, you do nothing. Except what, homie? Whore, fucking bitch, coward, fuck you and your legacy. You got a kid? Hoso so he can know what the fuck no-so is going. You're a bitch. For leaks. Not for years. A bitch for leaks. You're a pirate bitch. Bitch. And you put your own kind in the fucking pen for nothing. You put a white man in the pen for what, you fucking bitch? For asking for a black man for a cigarette? That's your country. I pay my taxes, you dumb bitch. You about to meet my lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened, and now he is apologizing, and he posted the following on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you guys. He says, "I'm deeply ashamed of my behavior and make no excuses for it. I don't know if these statements are too frequent or not shared often enough, but I am certain that my actions warrant a very sincere apology to the arresting officers, and I am grateful for their restraint." And they did show a lot of restraint. "The severity of my behavior is not lost on me. My outright disrespect for authority is problematic, to say the least, and completely destructive, to say the worst. It is a new low, a low I hope is a bottom. I have been struggling with addiction publicly for far too long, and I am actively taking steps towards securing my sobriety, and I hope I can be forgiven for my mistakes." Look, that was a fine apology. I hope he does get help, because he clearly does have some sort of substance abuse problem.
Yeah, so I feel bad saying this because he almost certainly has substance abuse problems, but I'm not buying that apology at all, not 1%. He did not write a word of that apology. That was PR 101. So things like, my outright disrespect for authority is problematic. You didn't write that, dude. You're not even sober yet. You didn't write that, okay? No person who's said the things he said there wakes up in the morning and writes that. But even more obvious is, I am actively taking steps towards securing my sobriety. No person talks like that. PR people talk like that. I'm taking steps towards securing my sobriety. He didn't write that. So I give him no credit for it at all. If this morning Shia LaBeouf is still saying,
"You're a bitch,"
this PR statement would come out anyway. It would come out in exactly the same words.
Yeah.
So of course it's possible that Shia LaBeouf woke up in the morning and was like, "Oh no, what have I done?" Right? And is deeply apologetic.
Yeah.
Or he's not at all apologetic, but we have no idea, because this is not his statement, this is a PR statement.
Right, I think talk is always cheap, and some people got on my case for bringing up his past legal problems. I didn't bring that up simply to antagonize him, right? And to build like a case
Apparently
against
you wouldn't want to do that.
No, well, look, the reason why I brought that up is because there is obviously a very clear double standard among those who have resources, like wealth and fame, and those who are powerless. And so he has treated people in power, police, whatever it is, poorly in the past, and he's pretty much gotten away with it. So what makes anyone think that he would change his behavior now? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he has substance abuse issues. He also has affluenza. So like no one who isn't really rich talks to cops like that.
No, of course not.
Okay.
No one, of course not. I mean, we know what happens to anyone who's powerless, who has the audacity to disrespect a cop.
But that's why. But the reason I bring that up is to back up what Anna's saying about his history, because all the rest of us have a history of if you say something slightly wrong to the cops, there's going to be hell to pay, right? But his history is I can say whatever the hell I want to the cops. I can talk about his kids. I can talk about how I'm going to bring a gun and shoot his head off or whatever. I can call him. But the part I dislike the most actually is when he called him his homie. Please spare me.
Or when he said, "Screw your," what was it? Not legend, your
legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it seems
I hope
weirdly,
you have a kid,
like,
so you can go so and then no though, or something like some weird like poetic rhyme in there.
Or not so poetic.
I know.
I think that legacy thing was weirdly racial, but I'm not sure. I don't really. That's not. It's a tiny portion of the story.
He's either drunk or on some sort of substance. We don't know. We're trying to make sense of nonsense, but regardless, it's clear that he has some sort of problem, and I do hope he gets help for it. Right?
Yeah.
And it's a common thing that you see in the celebrity world. And look, during the post-game shows, we talk about the downsides of being a public figure and wealth. And I think that it really messes with some people, right?
Yeah.
And he's a successful actor. I mean, I think he's filming a movie with Brad Pitt right now, or he might have wrapped a movie with Brad Pitt. So he might seem like he's on top of the world, but in reality, like he has some sort of problem, and it could be tied to the fact that he's a celebrity.
Yeah, and so in order to watch those post games, by the way, become a member of the Young Turks, tytnetwork.com/join. Secondarily, when I've interviewed celebrities, I think it was Russell Brand, but I'm not sure. But one of those guys, big time guy, said, "Look, fame doesn't cure anything."
No.
And he said, "I thought it would." And it turns out, no, it doesn't fill the hole in your heart. It doesn't help you with anything. It's not a cure. So sometimes it makes it worse. And so, look, bottom line is, I do feel bad for the guy. I'm just telling you the things that are true, which is that he didn't write that statement. But look, he's obviously, like, that dude's got issues. So, and it is, of course, it's a little outrageous and horrific. It's also a little funny. I mean, come on.
You're a bitch for leaks.
Okay, by the way, I want to thank our audience because a number of you tweeted to me and said he doesn't say leaks, he says leagues.
Yeah, no, I figured that, but I didn't know what he meant by leagues. It means he's talking about nautical league,
like forever from now on.
I'm such an idiot. I'm like, what is
that's why I said legacy too. Your kids and your grandkids are all gonna be horrible forever.
Leagues, not for years.
Yeah, so he thinks it's gonna be forever. But also, so sorry, but this gave me an idea, Cenk. When obviously that was a publicist statement. So there needs to be like someone needs to open another like level of PR. We're like, we take your bullshit PR people with the words that you didn't use, and we'll put it in layman's normal, the way you would say it terms, and it makes it more believable.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm opening that firm.
Yeah, they should have a PR agency whose whole job is to make it sound human. Okay, so like what could have helped is if at the statement they added,
"You're a pirate, bitch."
Then we would have believed it was Shia.
Yeah.
Help us build independent media together. Come join us, tytnetwork.com/join.